Like, what is our main challenge for Bangladesh?
এই মুহূর্তে বাংলাদেশের সবচেয়ে বড় চ্যালেঞ্জ কি? কূটনৈতিক প্রতিবেদকদের সংগঠন ডিক্যাবের আয়োজনে এমন প্রশ্নের কৌশলী উত্তর দিলেন ইউরোপীয় ইউনিয়নের রাষ্ট্রদূত চার্লস হোয়াইটলি।
Violation.
Thank you so much. I would answer your first question with two words, and that's climate change. It's an existential threat. Bangladesh is on the front line, and we all need to support Bangladesh in meeting those challenges.
চ্যালেঞ্জ হিসেবে রাজনীতি, অর্থনীতি বা সামাজিক ক্ষেত্রকে উল্লেখ না করে তিনি বলছেন সবচেয়ে বেশি চ্যালেঞ্জিং হবে জলবায়ু পরিবর্তনের প্রভাব মোকাবেলা। আর এই খাতে বাংলাদেশকে সার্বিক সহায়তা করছে ইউরোপীয় ইউনিয়ন।
But you have to remember, this isn't the only finance we're giving. In terms of, we're the largest public climate change financer in the world as EU. That goes into different pots in the system. It will go into the loss and damage fund. It goes into the climate change fund that supports countries like Bangladesh.
সোমবার জাতীয় প্রেস ক্লাবে ডিকাপ টক অনুষ্ঠানে রাষ্ট্রদূত বলছেন সমুদ্র নিরাপত্তা, সামরিক প্রশিক্ষণ সহ ইন্দো প্যাসিফিক কৌশল বাস্তবায়নে বাংলাদেশের সঙ্গে সম্পর্ক বাড়াতে চায় ইউরোপ।
And that was a lot of work on both sides, and the fact that the Honourable Prime Minister went to Brussels, and it's been quite a few years since she made her last visit, to seal that deal, I think speaks volumes of the political commitment on both sides. So the sky is certainly the limit. I would like to see more collaboration, even more collaboration in the future, in particular on security and defence. So we need to have a full security dialogue, and the exact role of that will be to identify where are the best plug-ins from both sides that we can do in the security and defence field. We're very happy that Bangladesh joined our maritime security programme, Crimario, and has really, it's been to mutual benefit. The senior members of the naval forces who've participated in Crimario sessions have had a very positive experience. So that's just the beginning. We have other programs where Bangladesh could be a very valuable partner, also in the context of our Indo-Pacific strategy. So one area I'm very keen on looking at is cooperation between security and defence colleges, because here in Bangladesh you have several excellent high-quality colleges. I've had the pleasure of giving a couple of lectures at them. We have a European Security and Defence College. I want to build, I won't be here to do it, but I want my successor to help to build those connections, because there are connections with individual member states. And as you say, of course, the main actor in security and defence is still our member states. We have a European icing on the cake, but we have some big military powers within our 27 member states who have their bilateral military relations. But I think there's scope to really explore more at the EU-Bangladesh level, and that's certainly what should happen quite soon through a dialogue to exactly discuss that.
স্বল্পোন্নত দেশের তালিকা থেকে উত্তরণের পরেও বাংলাদেশকে পাশে নিয়ে এগিয়ে যাবার কথা বলছেন ইউরোপীয় ইউনিয়নের রাষ্ট্রদূত। তিনি বললেন, চীনসহ বাংলাদেশকে অনেকেই এখন ঋণ দিতে চাইবে, কিন্তু ইউরোপ ঋণের সঙ্গে যে গুণগত মান এবং সামগ্রিক সহায়তা দিতে পারে সেটা বিবেচনা করতে হবে বাংলাদেশকে।
It's to provide an alternative loan option that is actually accompanied by a grant and technical assistance and policy support in a kind of holistic ways.
আগস্ট মাসে মেয়াদ শেষে ঢাকা ছাড়বেন চার্লস হোয়াইটলি। বলছেন, বাংলাদেশে আসার আগে ঢাকার নিরাপত্তা নিয়ে যে ধারণা ছিল মানুষের সঙ্গে মিশে তার পরিবর্তে ভালোবাসার দেখা পেয়েছেন।
I think what's interesting and what I've noticed in the last 3 years is that there's always been an openness and willingness on the side of the authorities to discuss any concerns. So, we've engaged on issues relating to legislation, labour rights. Some countries would just shut the door, would say we're not even having the conversation. We discuss this with all players, whether it's the government, whether it's opposition parties, whether it's civil society. It's all there, in terms of our engagement. So, of course, we are foreigners, we are partners and foreigners, so it's not for us to lecture or interfere. What it is for us to do is to engage and listen and support. And I think in the last 3 years, we've certainly tried, as EU, to do that.
আশিকুর রহমান অপু, ATN নিউজ, ঢাকা।